My name is John Bean. I'm from Minot, North Dakota. I was a John Deere mechanic, and Roar come back there looking for mechanically inclined people, and they actually hired me back there and gave me $200 to come to California. And then they put me in tool and die, and I worked there 33 years, retired as a production engineer with a high school education. Well, right now they have a fracture in the pipe and the valve where they cut it off and stuff, and it's leaking, and they're trying to capture all of that, and it seems like they're having the trouble with the first one they put down there was freezing up on them. Well, it seemed like, according to the news, they don't know why the gas come up the pipe. They don't know the reason for that. Yet gas did come up the pipe and got in the oil rig, and that gas made the diesel engines run real fast. It was making them run faster and faster and faster, and finally they just blew up. That's what blew the rig up, actually. At the time, if this valve would have been working properly, if the battery would have been charged up, they could have done this from a ship. They could have shut that valve off down there by radar, and the battery had been charged up, it would have shut the oil off right there, and all we'd have lost was the oil rig. We wouldn't have had the oil spill. And then they said there was one part of the valve that wasn't working, and so they really should have shut the oil well down until that was fixed, safety-wise, and I think the government has enough power to do that. If they don't get a clean report from certified copy that everything in the well is working, the safety factors, it should be shut down for people's lives and for the oil spill part of it and everything. And the government didn't do that, so I think the government is partially responsible and they got the power to do it. They should have did it. The people that run the oil well should not put people in danger by letting something go and keep on going for money profit, and they lost 11 people because of that, because they might have lost the people anyhow, because that was not from the oil, from the valve not closing, that was from the gas, but still they should have been shut down until everything was fixed. Well, now that we got the fracture in the pipe, and they've been trying to capture that, they put down this 120-ton fix that was supposed to sit on top of the valve, and it didn't work. They somehow made a refrigerator was freezing up on them. When the oil come out of the pipe, it's so much pressure on it. Whatever gas was there, it was just like a refrigeration gas, and somehow it was making ice crystals and it was plugging it up. Then they cut it off. They put another thing down there. It was a smaller one, and it's worked a little bit, but it had a bad leak in it. So I have an idea. If we made two halves, I don't know how big it should be, but it's going to be bad. That's the top view. And in here is a pipe that's leaking. And if we had a threaded rod or something that went through here, they could put one half down. This could weigh 120 ton, or however big they think they should make it. That other one was 120 ton, and they were able to handle it. They could come down there and put it around that pipe, no matter where the oil was coming out. They might have another way to do this hydraulically, but I think underwater they'd want to do it this way. This is threaded rod that had a thing that the robots could fasten on here that would turn around, and that would cause this to come together slowly. And looking at it from the side, then have the pipe going down into the ground, into the ocean floor, wherever it goes, and say the rupture where the oil is coming out to be in here someplace. And this would close over that rupture as they come together, and they could make a nipple here, and then they could just fasten their pipe from the ship. They could put as many as they wanted to take the pressure off. They could keep bringing these together by screwing this threaded pipe every day, just bring them closer together. They'd have a pressure gauge in there so they know how much pressure they was getting in there, and they could leave the one hooked up that they got going with the oil going to it, and just bring it together, fasten these other ones up, and get the oil going up this way and the oil going up this way, and they could put as many as they wanted on it. They'd have full control of it. They wouldn't even have to unhook what they got going now. When they got it together, it would seal around here real good. They can make this the same size as the pipe, so when they come together, it would be sealed here at the bottom. It would be the same up here where it would be at the bottom. The oil wouldn't go nowhere without out the nipples and up the pipe. That's it.
And if they end up using this, do you want any money for it?
No, I just want it to work.